Oh my, what is going on? You'll see. It's me, it's 33, welcoming you to another episode of IPW Underground. I'm, as you can see, looking a little different, bit more blonde in me. But yeah, we are currently closing in on city limits. This is the last episode of IPW Underground before the live event. And it is obviously stepping up to be an epic showcase for you guys in arguably, literally, it's a week's time. I've seen some of the card that's coming together. Obviously, we've got tag team championships being defended in rematches, as well as some of our big boy titles on the line. The last two episodes of Primetime and Breakdown certainly put us in an interesting position for that. But yeah, we're not focused in on those sorts of things tonight. It's a bit more focus on the events that can and will take place here on IPW Underground. So, I'm ready. Hopefully you guys are too. Let's get into bout number 1 tonight. And our opener features Andrade El Idolo in action.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Gomez Palacio, Durango, Mexico, weighing in at 230 pounds, Andrade!
This man has become one of the mainstays here in IPW Underground, boasting a pretty epic record. He is certainly carving paths as a top threat here, as well as on mainstay IPW programming, which I believe on Primetime he had a big old matchup, a tag team bout against Ilya Dragunov and Kazuchika Okada, a losing affair there after his previous bout with Ilya that ended in double countout. Tonight he's looking to advance his very, very sturdy record of 2-1. But to do it, he's got to go through this guy. The king is in the house.
And his opponent from Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing in at 223 pounds, Lexus
King has been a bit more of a shock factor. As of late, his last performance, he picked up a massive victory. Tonight, in the Underground, he's looking to turn around that pretty shoddy record of his to get his first victory on the board in the Underground. Last time out, it was a win against Abyss, which is a phenomenal feat considering the form Abyss has been on. But yeah, we ready ourselves. Opener on the way here in the Underground. Andrade Lexus King. Andrade out the gates first with the big shot. They tie up once for the first time tonight. Andrade breaks the waistlock. Takes his own here now on Lexus King. Typically what we've seen out of Andrade has been pretty impressive here in the Underground. Turning, realistically, that only loss against Kurt Angle into a run of form that's made him a pretty powerful threat. Now, what I will say is we haven't seen Kurt Angle in the Underground in quite some time. But from what I'm hearing is he is cleared to compete and maybe looking to come out in next week's episode. He isn't scheduled tonight, but I've heard grumblings that IPW are wanting to put management in place, or general managers of all of the brands, including IPW Underground. And the grumblings are the Underground might be getting a men's and women's championship that won't be defended on pay-per-view. Sorry, on live event. It will solely be defended here in the Underground. And that's a nice little reward for Underground stars, because they aren't the mainstays of IPW. They're carving their own path, going to war week in, week out on their own to try and potentially take over as a top star in this division, because it's the only division where stars from both Primetime and Breakdown will compete. That's a singles title, I should point out. Tag Team Gold, obviously, they're always being defended in both brands. As Andrade right now up top. Oh my word! Massive Frankensteiner. And he's looking to call the shot here. Cartwheeling through. Hits him with the kick. Beautiful shot there by El Idolo. King's down right now. Feeling the wrath of Andrade. He's striking pretty hard. A drop down. And a leapfrog. Takes it back. Nice snap German suplex. And the thigh slapping. Kick ass in. Andrade. Not going to be able to connect. King now takes a hold of him. Turns him around. Nice neck breaker. Sends Andrade down, but Andrade back to his vertical base, but cannot strike as King catches him. To the apron goes Lexus. The son of Brian Pillman coming through. Nice connection there with the lariat. Andrade took the blow pretty heavy to the face. Certainly may have broke his nose. As we still see him grasping at that facial area. King, though, not going to let that happen. Pushing him down. Setting him up. Takes him down with the crotch to the head. King keeping the pressure up. This is a submission match. Locks it in. Variation maybe of a figure four, but not locked in deep as Andrade up over. Nice kick to the face. Pele-esque maneuver. Landing perfectly. Andrade, though, caught. He's about to face Coronation. Fights out the grasp of King. Saves himself. And King now hooked up. Double underhook. Spinning neck breaker. Plants King down. Andrade. Cravat locked in. Cross-face type maneuver locked deeply in on King. But King takes it. Tries to fire back with a super kick. Cannot do so. Instead, he's going up over mat takedown by Lexus King. Lexus, we know, is a very solid wrestler. Capable of flying at ease, as well as just this slugger style, I should say, not sluggish. Learning from the likes of William Regal, who has assisted him in his career. King now, oh, I don't like that. Removing the top turnbuckle. Causing maybe some issues. Andrade sends him flying into the other side. Referee not going to go put it on. Instead, watches Andrade. Connects with a big shot. Heads up top now. Up over with the moonsault. Comes through the second time of asking. Connecting. King in trouble. The thigh slapping Andrade. Lines him up for some shots. The combo of offense through. Just ground and pound being applied. Keeping Lexus King at bay. Andrade quick to follow it up through. Big boot connects onto Lexus King, who's rolling to the corner. Not the wisest of places to go. Andrade charging in, connects with a big drop kick. Sends King down. King back up, caught. Double underhook swinging. Neck breaker once more from Andrade. I thought maybe he will go hammerlock, but instead opts for that. And now the figure four leg lock. Channeling his inner Charlotte Flair. Bridges over the figure of eight, locked in. Lexus King not going to tap. But that is pretty prevalent offense being applied. And Andrade's going to keep the pressure up onto them legs. El Idolo has Lexus King lined up, scoop and a slam around that tilt the world backbreaker through, followed up with a leaping senton. Andrade's pace quickened in this match, but King trying to bring it back down to earth. Nice big knee there from Lexus. As he now lines up and gets the low blow. There is only one way to win this matchup, and it is submission. It is very much it's very much up to discretion. And Lexus King, I think, utilized the referee. Nice to land that coronation as well, but he utilized the referee being distracted to get the low blow. Now Andrade caught in that cravat once more. Dirty maneuver there by King, but he's hit with a spinning back fist. Andrade hooks him up once more. Both men utilizing this crossface type maneuver. King hooks up Andrade up, brings him down with the driver. Once more, both men applying pressure to the neck area. Neither man getting the victory as now Andrade hooks him up. Hammerlock, DDT connecting. The big shots are calling in this one right now, as once more the cravat locked in. Lexus in trouble. Will he tap out here? No. Andrade still feeling it though. Drags Lexus to the ropes. Big boot sends Lexus flying. Andrade's still going up through, round and down. Nice Hurricane Rana through the ropes. Takes down Lexus King here on the outside. The brawl continuing on here. Crowd enjoying this one. As our referee begins the count. Andrade keeping the pressure up. King trying to fight back, sends Andrade into the ring. Is it his time to maybe coronate Andrade? Pick up the victory. Submission's only way to win, and here it comes. Locks him up. It's coronation time. Plants him down. Again, the hold locked in. Andrade feeling the pain. King wrenching on it. Gives up the hold. Instead now Andrade through. Nice drop kick. Sends King down. Andrade lines up King. Hooks him up. Arm wrench, no. Fought off. King now has him again. A second time, maybe the third. Coronation through. Andrade planted down. King hooks it in. The pressure getting to the stars. It's wrenched back on. No tap out just yet. Lexus feeling it. Lines up Andrade. Up. No, Andrade voids it. Knew what was coming. He didn't want to get hit with the pelvic area once more, and now comes through with the final cut. Sends King running through. Back fist. Connecting to the skull. the head area of King a weakened, softened area, as is Andrade's. It's going to come down to potentially the next submission to secure the victory. King working over Andrade's back. It's not the target area he's typically gone for with these submissions. Maybe it is a change of focus for him. A scoop and a slam. Down goes Andrade as he's lined up. Big boot incoming. King. Heads up top. Andrade's in the drop zone. A high rent district. Causes a drop kick. Andrade rolling to safety. But he isn't safe enough from King, who comes through with a spear on the apron. And the count out begins. King happy to let our referee begin the count. Realizes Andrade's back to a vertical base. Not going to get the victory that way. And as such, King sent back into the ring. Andrade lights him up. Hooks him up. Hammerlock. DDT again once in. It's locked in. It's gonna be lights out. Andrade close to the ropes. Lexus King not gonna use his foot to get on it. Feeling the wrath of Andrade right now. The cravat locked in deep. Andrade not gonna get the win now. Lexus hooks him up, turning it around into a coronation. Shot after shot connecting. Super kick flying. Lexus King trying to get the W. Scoops up Andrade. No, Andrade out the back door. Takes out the knee. And now Lexus in the drop zone. Flying Andrade. Springboards up over, connecting with the drop kick. Lexus is set up. Missed though for Andrade as King catches him, hooks him up, swinging neckbreaker, plants Andrade. You have to feel the submissions inbound. Sooner rather than later, the head of Andrade just being weakened, pummeled here by the knees of Lexus King. King needs to lock in that submission soon. Because Andrade, how long will he stay down? Really? Isn't that long as King target in his sights, charging in. Connects with the lariat and a back elbow. Andrade is on the verge, I feel, of tapping. King has worn him down. Gone to the ankles. Andrade nips up over around the world. Neckbreaker connecting. Out of nowhere, Andrade turning the tides in his favor. Hooks up. Slams him down. Nice suplex there on King, who rolls to the apron. Andrade shot caught as Lexus steps back in. Sent running. Andrade tries to lift him. Can't do so. Instead, he's caught for a 4th, 5th, 6th, you name it, amount of times he's been coronated. This time he's busted open and the submission holds locked in. Lexus trying to win it, wrenching back on the hold. Andrade taps out. Lexus King picks up his first victory here in the Underground. Simply a decent performance from him. Turn around a pretty shoddy one. But let's be honest, King picked up a massive victory on Breakdown, now turns it into a victory here in the Underground. This be a turnabout or turnaround for him as he goes towards a new top ranking. here in IPW. We shall have to see. As well, the replays keep rolling. We get to keep talking. Could this be the beginning of the reign of the king? I believe we haven't seen him versus Angle. Perhaps we've just seen our new challenge for next week's episode of Underground.
Here is your winner, Lexis King.
A solid performance here by Lexis King in the Underground. We move now on to bout number 2, which will be hopefully a lot better than this submission match. Let's head to it. Hello, it's me again. I get to talk to you as I prepare us, well, preparing you for our next bout. It's in the women's division, and it's gonna be pretty epic. I'm gonna also, beforehand, take a nice drink, because, you know, I just went rapido voice on my first match. So, bout 2 on the docket, ready for you guys. It's going to be good. It's going to be hard. It's going to be women throwing big bombs. Let's go. Big bombs aplenty when Julia's in the picture. Beautiful Madness brings an impact when she competes.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Tokyo, Japan, Julia.
Now, I thought this woman had a record here in the Underground. Apparently, not so much. My card is empty. Julia, coming into this, looking to create some dominance. In my opinion, future world champion here in IPW. She's climbing pretty well through her matches. Tonight, the challenge isn't as straightforward as it seemed. Tonight she goes toe to toe with another rising star, another debut in the Underground. But a woman who has a record with Andrade, his former manager, now
Her opponent, representing the LWO from Queens, New York, Zelina Vega.
now she gets to go into the Underground fired up and ready to compete. Vega is what we might call in the biz a potential risk taker. She is here to maybe shut down Julia's offense, but we shall see if that is gonna happen. Rules are simple. If this is set up how I set it up, MMA rules apply in this one. No count out. Knockouts and submission the only way to win. It's going to be epic. It's Julia, nice German suplex to kick us off. Big running kind of more of a shin strike there from Julia. Not really the knee connecting. The Julia we've seen week in, week out come into matches as this kind of underperformer. She looks like she's going to get beat up. Then when it comes to closing out the matches, she just comes through that Northern Lights bomb. And then the Arriva Dirty knee just destroying her opponents when they think they've got this in their grasp. They think they've won it. But no, it never ends that way as Zelina sends Julia to the outside. Referee not going to issue the count as a spinning forearm smash from Vega connects. And as we say, no countouts in this type of matchup. Action can happen out here. No DQ as well. Which means that explosivity can happen in a moment's notice. This is what makes the Underground a special place. As you can vent your frustration, you can unleash havoc, and you can dominate and showcase why you deserve to be a mainstay here in IPW. Vega, in her kind of debut here in IPW, looking to try and do that. She's not really had any singles opportunities. Tonight, getting her first here against arguably one of our, what I call, rising prospects here in IPW. Julia is capable of just exploding in the ring, and we love it when she does. The reigning WWE Women's United States Champion, who is finding some success as champ, really dominant in her performances, will be defending that belt at Clash in Paris. Clash Castle in Paris. But that'll be against Michin. Anyway, focusing back on the matchup right now. Vega busted open. Locks in this submission hold. Julia fighting out of it. Punching the blooded eye of Vega. Gets back to a vertical base. Hooks up Zelina. Spins around. Hammerlock DDT. I thought we'd had enough of that in our previous bout with Andrade, but no. Julia can land him. So can Vega, I believe. It's kind of some mind games coming out from the beautiful madness there. She lines up Vega. Arrivederci. The knee connects. Julia connecting with the big shot. Needs another maybe to now knock out Vega. Hooks her up. Oh no. Brings her down. Nice suplex there. Vega fights out the grasp of Julius. Nice high round kick. Drops Julia. Now the weaponry. Desperation comes into play. And that's not the sort of weapon I expected to be seeing come out from underneath the ring. But a ladder changes the game. Julia, big time Northern Lights bomb. Drills Vega onto the ladder, and Vega's body contorting through the steel. Oh, nearly gets Julia onto it. Not going to be the actual result. Now, flying off the top, the crossbody from Vega connects. Julia taking her lickings. Locked in a submission. Camel clutch applied. Julia fights out of it. Takes the legs out from underneath Vega, and we kind of talk about Julia as the headbutt comes through. The beautiful madness connecting with the big shot. Now goes underneath, grabs. Oh, it's time to tune up the band. The guitar shot not going to come through though. Julia tried. Couldn't do it instead. Oh, I thought she was going to hammerlock DDT her head through it. That would have been epic. My ideals not going to come into play. Dead Vega firing up the 2K comeback. Catches the boot of Julia, takes out the ankle. On the other foot, Julia taken down. Vega firing up. Has the potential to now shut down Julia. The band's tuned up now as the guitar snapped across the legs and the thighs of Julia. Vega catches Julia up, over, gets through with the code red. Plants her to the mat. And now the mallet in play, and that's the win. Vega, she's knocked out Julia. The big shot puts a stop to what Julia was doing, and then Vega comes back, desperation mode, and hits through with that hammer, that mallet, and the guitar to knock out Julia. This match was dominant from Julia from the goings, but the goings was all Vega, thanks to them weapons. Certainly changed how this matchup was played, and that ends the ball game. Victory for Vega against the Beautiful Madness, a woman touted to potentially be the next challenger to Nia Jax, but that's not going to be in the picture. Well, now we've got a different prospect on our hands. This mallet, a shot to the gut, ends it.
Here is your winner, Zelina Vega.
Vega does the dirty work. You saw the mallet down on the mat. She gets the victory over Julia. I wasn't expecting to see that tonight, but it's what's ended up happening. Well, what you're about to witness is going to be pretty bad for everyone involved. I'm going to just say it. Shit's about to hit the fan. And let's head straight into it. It is an underground match between an extreme man and a guy that's in way over his head. Let's get into it. Well, you can already tell we're going a bit insane as the X's are drawn for New Jack. The Hall of Fame career this man had. Extreme to the core. He took down some of the biggest names in his career. But tonight, he is going into the Underground main event status as a underdog, some may call him. His debut match here in IPW. Debuts tend to either do poorly for the guy, or they just destroy. And as it stands, he could potentially ruin a career tonight. The Underground is a extreme environment, and in a matchup like this, where there is a crowd around the ring, I wouldn't trust New Jack within a mile without him gnawing someone's ear off. But his opponent, what can I say? He is kind of what we like to call food for the predator. Austin Theory thrown into the Underground against New Jack. I'm gonna say it right now. Expect dominance from New Jack. Theory is not Grayson Waller. Waller, who is 2 for 2 in victories. No losses to his name. Theory in the Underground, undefeated, don't get me wrong, but that's because he has never competed down here. Entering this environment is a different kettle of fish to what he is used to. No backup from Waller. It is all action from the beginning. We're ready for this. Let's send it to the ring. Mike Chrome to give official match introductions.
The following is an NXT Underground match.
IPW.
The only ways to win are by knockout or submission. Introducing first, from Los Angeles, weighing in at 240 pounds, New Jack. And from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, Austin Theory.
Beautiful intro there by Mike Chrome. As we get underway, New Jack takes the first swing and they're already trying to gouge the eyes out of Theory. As we saw at the top of this match, a graphic that says there's no DQ, TKO, submission. The ways to win. Spoiler alert, this is going to get bloody. Any match with New Jack tends to get extreme. That's a massive shot to the throat. Just sends Theory crashing down to the mat. And there's the gouging. All legal. Our referee can't do a thing, but New Jack sent flying. Theory reversing what New Jack wanted to do there. Yes, this match will be vicious to the core. Referee watching on from the outside, as are we. As Theory grabs a hold of New Jack. Gonna just toss him back onto the ringless ring. This sort of match is cocky versus deadly. Simple as that. The brazen status that Theory has. Underestimating all his opponents. He's going to be bitten. He's going to be just clawed at all the way through this one. Because New Jack, he has no respect for those who do not respect him. Austin Theory, zero respect for any of his opponents. It's going to feel the wrath of New Jack right now. 3 shots, and the third drops him. Leaping through Des Prez here by New Jack, slamming some shots into Theory's face. Now takes the legs, stomping through. Remember, no DQ in this situation, so New Jack has free reign to do whatever he likes. Low blows, you name it, he will go for it. Weaponry would be preferential for this situation. And what you know, Theory's been busted open, and he can kiss his ass. New Jack is firing on all cylinders, sending Theory flying to the outside. Shot after shot landing. Theory flying back in. New Jack doing the dirty work. Working through Theory like he is nothing. Austin's really landed nothing. A big elbow followed up with a second. Why not make it 3 in a row? New Jack. Big headbutt. Connecting. Locked in the rear naked choke. Theory Willie tap. It's locked in deep. The crowd around ringside enjoying it. But Theory's out. 2 back elbows to the neck and the face of New Jack. breaks the hold, and now Austin can go to work. Grabs a hold of New Jack up on his shoulders. Fireman's carry up to the military press. Puts him down. New Jack hooked up. Theory. Up, down. Oosh-garoosh. Drills the neck of New Jack into the knee. Gets the cravat locked in. Saw a lot of that earlier on tonight in that opener. Submission match. New Jack sent Theory into the ring post. And now hooks him up to the powerbomb position, but Theory's out of it. Staying alive in this match, through with a lariat. Theory has New Jack hooked up again. Down on the knee once more. New Jack fights him off. Back to a vertical base. Now just beginning to work over Theory. Austin in trouble as the shots land flush on the face of Austin. Hooks him up. A nice headbutt from New Jack. As he continues to apply the pressure, our referee enjoying the view, as are we. But Theory through, nice leaping tornado DDT. Around the world he went. He busts open New Jack, and now Austin lines him up. Super kick to the gut, hooks him up. Around the world, and he knocks him out. Oh my word. Out of nowhere, New Jack gets knocked the flip out. Where's the crowd gone? Where's the crowd gone? There was a crowd here. But, yeah, these couple of oosh-garooshes did the damage. Then the follow-up with that maneuver from Theory. Ending the night, New Jack just had no chance once Austin Theory got rolling. Yeah, you see it. The knockout shot, the super kick to the gut into this maneuver. Drills him down.
Here is your winner, Austin Theory.
A victory for Theory in his debut. Commiserations to New Jack. I thought he had it. Clearly I was wrong. Theory, cocky as always, takes the dub home. Thanks for joining me tonight here in the Underground. An epic week of action lays ahead of us. Our penultimate shows. Well, our penultimate show before City Limit. On Tuesday, it's primetime. Don't want to miss that. There's some big matches in that one. And then on Thursday, the final show before City Limits on Saturday. It's going to be Breakdown to get us through the action. And then finally, we reach City Limit. A nice, epic show of massive proportion. Don't want to miss that. As well, thanks for joining me tonight. Hope you've enjoyed this episode of IPW Underground. It's been epic for me to talk wrestling like normal. I'll see you guys, as we say, on Tuesday night for an epic episode of Primetime. Don't want to miss it. Peace out.